This is my review for the first 3 Fable games. Without further ado, let's get to it. A whimsical digital crochet of English satire and fancy fables, with an abundance of obnoxious odysseys and breathtaking plot choices. This series is one for the ages. An RPG with so much more. To call this just a role-playing game would be an insult to the artistry and the ambition that is so present in this series. With a magical, mythical world that is orchestrated with a masterstroke in each instalment, wrapped up in a colourful cartoon aesthetic that is pleasing to the eye, with gloomy undertones that make you question the reason why. This game is pure genius. This handmade series, brought to life by Lionhead Studios, hailing from Guildford in the United Kingdom, is one not to be missed. From the brilliant mind of Peter Molyneux, the polarising game developer who made the 2001 cult classic Black and White, this series creates a similar sort of mystique as its predecessor, but just with way more charm. You begin your story as a protagonist who could start life being a natural-born prince or a street island orphan, or even just nothing more than an Oak Vale chicken chaser. But where you finish, well, that's up to you, as each move you make and decision you plot will be judged and critiqued by every NPC you meet, bonding friendships, gaining enemies, or even falling in love and creating a family with your chosen spouse. The choice is yours. This game brings out the best of the person in you, or even the worst person that is lurking in all of us. With a mortality meter that makes you feel like Big Brother is watching. It results in you questioning your every action, especially when such a minor action can have such a huge detriment on the overworld, leading you to feel like a major bellend if you don't plan ahead. And although you will make mistakes and enemies along your adventure, you can make sure as hell you look cool doing so, with a trusty, reliable mutt by your side who you can almost smell. This mutt can sniff out treasure or places for your character to dig for some underground loot. And when you're feeling lonely, like every gun-swashing protagonist, you can even rub his belly. While I'm on the subject of feeling lonely, it's a good time to mention you should pick your company well, as shacking up with the wrong sorts, shall I say, can lead to unwanted STDs, not to mention if you're so lucky to have a spouse and they find out, well, it spells danger for you. And while I'm talking of extracurricular activities, there are abundance of them in these titles, ranging all the way from changing your character's appearance with clothes, capes, hats and tattoos, to even buying real estate and evicting your peasant neighbours. Or, if you choose the nice road, buying houses and decorating them accordingly so you can raise the rent and earn yourself some extra coin. But at the end of the day, if you still don't have enough money, you could always take out a job. And I know what you're thinking. I'm a dungeon crawler, not a labourer. Who wants to play games to work? And you would be exactly right. But sometimes you just need some extra dollar for a weapon upgrade or even buying a nice new hat. And this game is littered with loads of mini-games designed for the players to earn extra money, mainly through quick time segments or making the player press buttons in a required order. It's strange. It feels like a chore, but then at the same time it's very addictive. God, I wish normal work was this easy. But because of what feels like all these mindless mechanics, you're left with feeling like you're a part of a living, breathing world. And you realise it's a result of all the jobs, characters and quirky quests you've been embarking on up to this point. It makes you aware that everything is charismatically crafted to make it stand out. And stand out is what it does. There is nothing really like it. And I know that sounds rich, as there is hundreds, if not of thousands, of fantasy RPGs out there. But there is none like this. Everything is unique, starting from the landscape all the way to the unforgettable characters voiced by some of Britain's most treasured figures. This game screams charisma, and I truly believe if you're a gamer or you just love a break from reality, it'd be criminal not to give this series a go. But before you jump in head over heels, there are some drawbacks. Very small things admittedly, but drawbacks none the least. One being your character's animatish, ghoulish grin, which at some points is just plain ugly. There is also slight problems with the camera angles, especially in the first entry in the series. It feels like the camera is just pointed too low, and the field of vision is also very short. It can make you feel a little bit sick if you're playing for long stints. But apart from nitpicking all its undesirable qualities, the overall experience is just quaint, quirky, and most importantly, pure fun. Which at the end of the day is why we play video games, is it not? To just have fun? And it's hard not to when you're playing a series that doesn't take itself too seriously. In my opinion, this series is one that everyone should have in their collection, whether it be digital or physical, because you never know when you're going to want to play it again and just lose yourself in such a cleverly crafted world. Plus, nowadays it's dirt cheap, so it's the best time to take the leap. Well, that was my review for the Fable series. I hope you enjoyed it, and if not, I'm sure this video will cheer you up.
I'll give you a slapping. Ah!